Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to the Incorrect Valorant Quads tournament, the IVQCS, the Championship Series you've all been waiting for. We are back today after the games that we did already do yesterday, obviously. We are back here for the grand finale, the grand finals. The ultimate winner is going to be decided today with a best of three. And currently, I am joined by Canoe as we are going to analyze and cast that first map.
Hello, everyone. Right now we have construction ahead and Breaking Bad competing against each other for the finals. Let's see who will win this finals for today. Right now, we're just waiting for the rest of the players, and we will be getting into it as soon as all of them are present.
Absolutely, it's going to happen in a bit. It's going to be a map of Ascent, which is a map that we have seen yesterday, actually. We've seen the Breaking Bad, who are going to fight tonight, play on Ascent. And we have not seen, I believe, Construction Ahead play it. So we're going to discover what Construction Ahead is worth on this map, because honestly, Breaking Bad don't have anything to prove in even though it's a map that they have lost previously, they have still proven just how good they were on it.
Looks like we're immediately getting into it. The name. Wait. Okay. If I remember correctly, I don't remember the name Zaidan for Breaking Bad.
Absolutely, we have a sub today with Saul
Ah,
Goodwoman leaving the spot to that new addition, that new player who we are going to discover right this instant.
I see. And Construction Ahead still has the same uh, player base. I believe Drago, Vendor, Acer, Kimber, and the one under the bed. I cannot wait to see the performance of both, especially since yesterday I've seen how they've played against their opposing teams. It's gonna be really interesting. What do you think?
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of things, but something I'm noticing though, like we've talked about yesterday, is Walter White here picking the Neon. Neon is a character, an agent that we've seen a lot. But once again, we are seeing, some very interesting composition. And something that's different from yesterday is that here, we don't have the defending team on I defensive composition because Kaio saw that as the double initiator with a Neon that's very aggressive. Omen, a very aggressive pick too, and Sage here to sustain the rest of the team. So we have a defending team that's going to be possibly very aggro, which is something we haven't yet seen.
I'm gonna. Uh, I remember that people and some of them didn't really run a Sova on Ascent, and I'm really liking the fact that there are now Sovas. I also like the way that both teams are running an Omen, where uh, the last one ran a Viper instead of a Dome Smoker. Um, although Hank usually played Neon for Breaking Bad instead of Walter White. I don't know what happened that made them change up the roles that each member have, but looks like Hank is now the smoker of the team when Walter White taking the duelist spot. Um, in construction ahead, it feels like it has remained pretty much the same with Kimber
Go,
still
go, go!
staying
Go,
on
go, go!
chamber, and Drago on
Gotta
the rest
go!
of the or on the same agent as they did before yesterday.
Absolutely, but I have to say that Walter White and Neon something I'm really excited to see because I remember them yesterday. They were playing Omen, and I remember that they had a very aggressive Omen in such a way that actually it might work. The playstyle might work on Neon, so I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I always love it when someone uses Omen in the most ridiculous, sneaky, but still in a way ninja like
Revealing area.
esque way. I guess the way
There
I'm
they
gonna
are.
explain. Well, right now, as we can see, round one, pistol, I argue, is one of the most important rounds to win. Looks like they're just gonna have a lot of people immediately dash up on the side. Will this
Spike
get the
down
kill?
A.
Yes, they will. Gets the kill onto Walter White Jr. However, Hank still gets another kill, trading around another second. Drago gets a kill onto Hank. And now it's a 3v3 situation, looking towards that retake. Jojo, they opened that door, still feeling very... Oh, tries to close it down, but lo and behold, that actually proves to be skillful for them. Looks like they're gonna try and get that peek onto main, but lo and behold, they get the kill. It looks like this is a win for Construction Ahead.
Absolutely, and I absolutely want to talk about the play that Drago has done here. The door, which was now, you know, open because they chose to open it, so that Walter White are thinking, oh, well, it's open, so the way is cleared, going in, but actually Drago trying to close behind Walter White, trying to separate the two players, trying to separate Jojo and Walter White, basically making this a 1v1 for them.
Not actually sure what happened there earlier. Was it closed beforehand?
I believe it's still closed. So we are going in here with a very good aggression here from Construction Ahead. Already planting, but they don't know that Hank is still there, still hiding, and Hank takes by surprise Acer,
One
while
enemy
Avenger
remaining.
from the enemy team is going to take the shot, but Walter White, Poseidon, and Hank are doing an amazing job here on the retake, thanks notably to that one sneaky Omen play, and that is one round for the defenders, that is one round for Breaking Bad.
Looks like it isn't going just in the momentum of Construction Ahead. It looks like we're gonna take one round each, leaving them in a 1-1 situation. Interesting, because honestly, I really thought as attackers who are running this site down with on a buy round, you'd think that, okay, well, this is going to be definitely their win. But I think Hank with the Bucky there, that was some smart usage of the Bucky.
Absolutely. And now we are going to see Construction Head trying to go on the attack here in a very good bonus one. Trying to go for the the B side. Walter right here. Walter right with a very aggressive play. Taking Acer by surprise. Being revenged with a delay by Vander here. But that's okay because we have information, we have regrouped. And now all of Construction Ahead is going inside. Going right in front of Breaking Bad, waiting for Drago here, the only one remaining. Unfortunately here, the trace of the Vandal bullets betraying the position, and so they die as well.
Looks like second round goes to the Breaking Bad crew as Hank and the others get... Wow, that was nearly a flawless. I did not... They were just shooting through the smoke and then they were just hitting headshots. Unfortunate for them.
That works.
Unfortunate, but the thing is, you know, with that much vision lacking, you don't know what's in front of you, and the thing in front of you was basically the whole team, the whole Breaking Bad crew. So, well, basically they impaled themselves on the team. There's not much you can do when you don't have vision and you're running into a full team.
I mean, yeah, you pretty much either just have to play the guy that nothing will happen, and Vendor immediately gets the pick onto Walter White. No care in the world, because I'm going to headhunt your head. Now to B main, trying to push into side. I really like this, how they're sparse and trying to take map control, just trying to pick and prod at places on the map to maybe engage and disengage some of them. Like, see, right now we have 3 people B with KO only on A, and they're gonna slowly try push onto mid. Nobody knows anything except this Omen. Hank spotting Ace around mid, getting a kill, leaving them in an even spot. But most of them are on B. Jojo gets the kill on the Vendor, evening. It just keeps evening out. It's just a trade-off, and it's a trade-off, and it's a trade-off. But now, this, for sure, they have A. This Jet taking the angle's position to maybe... Okay, well, they were trying for the off-angle spot, but they don't get it. Tries to spot under, goes back down. That's another one. However, gets traded out. Hank gets a kill on the Jet. This is still very possible for them. However, they are in a cross with 1 Gen and 1 main. This may prove to be impossible for Hank, but as I've seen, as I've seen these IVQCS players before, they've done the impossible. Usually on the side, but ow! It doesn't matter for Kimber. I'm just gonna land a martial shot onto your body and get the kill. Moving on to round 5. That was their eco buy too, because most of them had Vandals and the rest were mostly on marshals and just a weak buys in general.
And I really want to note here the one under the bed, the work that he's done, because you might not have catch that fully on camera because unfortunately it went back at the wrong time, which observers bad might be happening. But honestly, we saw that the one of the was looking at Jojo onto the high ground, killing them, and then they were waiting into tree to find another victim.
Looks like Walter's gonna get a lot of information there. Seeing as, hey, there's 3 people there. Oh, gets that kill. One vendor gets a kill onto Walter, getting a kill on Acer. That flash coming into clutch. Zayden with a kill on the vendor. Tries to get another one from Fraud. And it looks like under the bed gets Jojo. Oh, really? Okay. Just gonna slowly try it. Mid. I think this jet's going crazy. I'm gonna turn on my dash, and then I think I'm gonna slowly hurt myself up. No, it doesn't matter for Hank. It's another wall-bang kill. Are they gonna get a third? It doesn't matter. They're gonna try and spam it right now. It's just a 2v1. However, it's a 3k for Zane. And it gets another one for Hank. He tries to peek and says, hey, I'm not gonna let you further. This is how you're going to be ended.
Absolutely, a massive work here, especially from Hank. That wallbang kill was really good. We saw that basically when someone's behind the wall, either you keep shooting, but then you might be a bit too focused on the shooting, not see someone coming another way, or you can just abandon, but then you take the chance of being surprised. And here, well, here they didn't take the chance. Hank just continued in the position that they knew the enemy was and took the kill basically. So now we are seeing a much more silent, much more slow defense, which allows Walter White to come and take the one person who was peeking at the moment. The whole team is trying to go B, but unfortunately they are not able. Walter White here with another kill, trying to get the sweet neon finger holds, but getting killed here. But then Walter White, actually revenges the father basically by taking another one.
Ooh, looks like the KO here has a little bit of a suspect that some people aren't cat, and they do. Rewarded, and now they're just gonna try and grenade and molly that so that, hey, I don't want anyone trying to push this, but you have the spike, so I'm just going to assume that you were with the Reyna. This guy's gonna get the wall down, tries to peek out into cat, doesn't get the kill. Acer, another one, but now they're in an ult. Holds out, are they gonna get the kill? Yes, they will. Hank with another kill onto Acer, putting them in a 4-2, Breaking Bad with a 2-point lead.
It was such a good dismiss of Acer. Honestly, I thought they were dead at that moment. I mean, they died shortly after, but when they ulted, I really thought that Zayden was going to, take the kill at that moment. But no, the dismiss was instantaneous. That was such a good reflex play, and that's really sad that the repositioning didn't work in Acer's favor, because that was really good.
I could tell that Acer was immediately pressing that E when they went.
You want to play? Let's play.
And now looks like we're just gonna see a little default, like a normal default, coming out from attackers here. 2 people at the 2-1-2 or 2-2-1 actually, with their Sova immediately getting into mid, trying to not really push up or engage anything, but maybe just playing for an attackers here. Unfortunately for Vendor, doesn't get the kill, but that's 2 for under the bed with Jojo and Walter White taking them out. However, this does put their health in a situation where it could be dangerous. However, will their position be enough for this one? Tries to pick. Oh, gets two because of the feet for under the bed. That's a wall bang kill onto Acer.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, with another 3k
Spike
onto
down.
Drago. They can get a fourth here, but they're gonna get spotted out with that ult. Unfortunately, Kimber looking out with a hawk's eye.
Teleport's ready.
They know where they are, and they suspect that, hey, I'm getting pushed from behind. I'm gonna take my time to drag this out. But I think the Omen also knows. So Hank is just going to play that very patiently and wait for the chamber to peak. I honestly thought Omen was just going to peak, and then it would be over, and then maybe Kimber could play that.
Honestly, I think here, they knew, Hank knew that Kimber had the ult because Kimber had just killed Wild White Junior with it. So the one thing that you want to do is to try and wait. But honestly, that's also a very, very good, a very, very good run here from Construction Ahead as they take 3 kills, meaning that they lower the economy of 3 players. That's what you expect from the Nico round. And here, Wild White once again with the aggro, almost taking Thunder, being killed in the process. No vision here, but though on the bed with a very, very aggressive positioning here, going into side, taking the position, allowing the teammates to take them as well. Zidane here, blocked by the smoke, trying to get the juicy flashes, but being killed here from the smoke by Acer, was expecting it, was waiting for it. We see
We're just seeing
double
trades
hit,
everywhere.
double hit. Exactly, a double hit from Acer.
But
Spikes
Hank
down.
just slowly taking them out, trying to peek out and getting more picks here. Last Acer and the two of them. Oh my gosh, it's an ace for Hank. Tries to get a kill, but alas, he puts it back on the head. And another spray transfer to the closest one in front. Oh my god.
What an amazing spray transfer that was.
That was insane. I think they were kind of in the right too. They didn't do anything wrong. It was a flash, and hey man, we're gonna double swing this guys to ensure our success, and they did. However, it is just Hank that is going to be better in that situation. Now they're in a 4-point lead with a 5-man push going into A. Are they gonna get spotted out? No, they're gonna play that very reactively, and now they have no idea if they're even there.
No idea, but see, we are still trying to get information here with a Sova hold, the Fury of the Hunter, trying to get information on top mid. And Walter White here with a very bad timing, trying to wall as Vander and the one on the bed as pushing, taking 3. That's a 2v5 situation here for the
Spike
defense.
planted.
Very hard situation. We see
Last
here
player
Hank
standing.
trying to get as many kills as possible, taking 2 actually, but ultimately being taken by the one on the bed.
Unfortunately, Hank's 5k from earlier doesn't mean that they're always going to be hitting 5 shots. So this time they're just going to have to chalk it up to 2 kills, and then they're going to have to take that 6-3 with a timeout starting right now. I'm assuming it was timing timeout from the... I see, a crash.
A crash, okay.
Ah.
Well,
Right
honestly,
now, it's looking pretty okay, yeah?
absolutely, and that was a nice attempt here from Hank to try and retake from the high ground, which is not an easy thing to say, because we saw in the kill feed that Hank before dying took 2 kills, so that's huge. That's a lot.
Especially from heaven, where there's so many angles to peek out from and to get peeked from. It's crazy how they still got 2. I think the fact that they had a flank there earlier sort of helped out, as it's just that they got caught, which is unfortunate.
Absolutely, but then that's 2 weapons down. In this kind of situation when you're in the 2v5, part of you try wants to try and get out, save maybe the weapons, but they actually did go for it. They went in, they tried, and honestly, taking 2 weapons out in a 2v5 situation is more than a good trade.
Yeah, I really, I don't know. I think those two targets definitely helped them out a lot in a long run, and I really want to see more of them taking proactive reaction to, hey, this is gonna be better than nothing. I'm gonna try my best because right now Hank is at 4-6 right now, even at a full buy, and they took out the guns, a couple of guns from um construction ahead, and I feel like that's gonna damage your economy a little bit, seeing as some of them are on zero, some of them on 350, especially Kimber. I mean, you could say Drago and the one under the bed are doing economically okay, but I don't think it's gonna last that long if it's going to continue in a way where they're gonna suffer casualties in terms of gun loss.
Absolutely, but you can see here though that the construction head team is still trying to, lower the economy of their enemy. They are trying to, they are managing, sorry, to take down weapons, which means that even though they are in a win streak, basically, well, that just ended, but even though they had 4 rounds game win streaks, the economy is not that great because they've had so many weapons falling. Like you can see here that Breaking Bad on the defense is going to have a hard time buying. We see Walter White Jr. here not able to really purchase a gun. Jojo here not being able to take more than Marshall. So yeah, definitely the economic here it's not in favor of either one of the teams.
And I just noticed still though that Hank's numbers are insane here. 23 on round what 10? Yeah, this is round 10, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
This honestly feels like Smurf numbers.
well, the thing is, we know that all players are not always the same level. That's why we have point system, to even
That
things
is
out.
true.
But definitely here, what we're seeing with Hank is that really it's their carry game. I remember them
It is
being
their fault.
very good yesterday, but not necessarily the big carry, And yet today, at least on this map, that's what's happening. Hank is the carry.
I feel like they're just feeling themselves right now and they're just like in the zone with their team. And right now they're gonna have 4 people A and then their KOP. Let's see how this is going to end up for them. Seeing as the attackers still don't have anyone yet, they might. Mm, it really depends. Most of the time, they either pull a heavy default or sorry, a heavy 5-man push onto either site, or they heavy default onto either site, or they just pull a normal default. Right now, they're not really showing any signs of doing any of those as they're staying in spawn and waiting for their fellow to come back. And right now, we're just having our observer going to the asses of the agents. Um, why do
We
we
see
have those
here,
sounds?
we love to see Reina's point of view, apparently. But we like to have Reina looking at Jet. I don't know what she's thinking right now. It's not, a relationship you see usually. But here,
Uh oh.
Jet staring so lovingly at that Reina
Uh
literally
oh.
through the eyes there.
This is
Oh, and
terrifying.
I think Soba got deals there.
I hate. I don't like this. Oh. Well, right now I think we're just gonna have to appreciate the beautiful scenery of Ascent with everything. Wow. Right now, actually, I'm just taking it in. Now, they have some really beautiful artwork in the back.
Yeah, definitely. Valorant's map are really pretty, and Ascent is like really way not the prettiest one, but it's already very pretty.
They have such nice murals and whatnot. Wow. The
And by the way, something I find interesting on Ascent, something that's not happened, I believe, in IVQCS ever, but I know is something that can happen is you can lose utility
yeah.
in the void.
Oh, you can just throw it into the void and then count it.
Exactly, exactly. Like, have you ever been that one Viper who tries to throw smoke to stop a big push from the defense on B? But oops, the brewery is still done, and there goes the smoke at the bottom of Italy.
I remember I'd play Cypher and then I just throw the smoke off the map accidentally because I like throwing my Q around.
Honestly, understandable. I think everyone's got their quick while waiting for the runs, and we are seeing here that the counter are starting it again, which means that we
Oh,
are going to dwell back here as the one under the bed here, taking information, I believe, onto A. Well, here the defense with Xaidan and Walter White here trying to push a bit on the garage.
gets
A push
another one.
that's
Tries to get another.
exactly a push that's a bit slower than usual,
Ooh,
and here with Acer taking Walter White, but Walter White being revenged by Xaidan here. Xaidan unfortunately falling. That's a 2-for-1. We have
oh,
Bender
unfortunate.
here, very aggressive positioning, trying to surprise the Sage, but actually it's Walter White Jr. who is surprising them. Hank here trying to get information from him in Walter White here being driven away from the positioning from the CT opening, while a construction ahead is getting into the site and planting the one under the bed here. Very interesting positioning, very aggressive positioning, trying to
Ooh, tries to
getting a
run
pick on the Hank, faking a TP. But honestly, that one smoke here from the defense is going to help
Ooh.
Walter White raise Hank. Walter White does fall, but the Hank is back. Hank has things to do, but it seems that they are actually trying to go for the other, but the one under the bed is waiting for them.
Looks like they're gonna only lose 2 people there, and that's going to be huge in the economy. That's gonna. They're. I think Breaking Bad are suffering from very huge economic losses, especially as they were. They had a really scuffed buy earlier. It looks like they're just gonna. Looks like construction ahead is just going to go right ahead with
That's a
a
good start.
normal buy. That is
Focus
just.
now.
This is going to
Eyes
be.
up.
Look at that. Look, Jet on 7K right now. It's not going to break anytime soon. They're just gonna 5-man rush into B. It's going to depend really on Walter and their sub pushing into this site or holding this site without losing much because they're expecting Walter now to like push this.
Exactly, but I also think that they know deep down
Oh,
that
gets
they
another one.
are in
Okay.
eco, but Walter
Right.
White here taking the kill on Vendra, but Acer revenging the teammate immediately for one under the bed here with the kill on Zayden, and has the the B side that's open for construction ahead once again, but 2-for-1. They are expecting people here coming from CT as there is Walter White Jr. indeed going in with Jojo.
There are
Hank here
smokes
being
everywhere.
smoking themselves, trying to be sneaky, TPing near the
player
side. But
standing.
that is Kimber here at the reception and the one under the bed taking Jojo. That is a third win in a row. Construction ahead
Last
as they are
round before the
trying to
switch.
get back into the score and managing to do so. We are now in a 6-5 situation.
Unfortunately for them, it really was just a gun diff situation. I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that they were bad that time. They were not doing bad. They were just they absolutely just got that gun diffed. However, I do think that Walter White's Bucky kills there could have been really insane if they just had like a sequence of shots connected. However, it's just that's not always going to be the case. Now they're gonna have
No, it's
multiple people be with no one A, but of course they don't know anything about that, so they're not going to just dilly dally try to push in into A. But most of them looks like they're just gonna try and rotate back, and I really know I one thing I noticed is that I really like how most of them play very silently. They start walking towards the start at every fight. Looks like they're gonna try and getting stuck by the sofa, losing lots of precious time, but I don't think it's gonna matter because they're gonna try and push onto site. Gets that pick. Oh, they're just gonna be waiting. Zayden onto the first blood of the time.
Spike
Hank
planted.
trading it out, getting Acer. Are they going to get any of the picks here? No, are they just going to go down? Tries to get a kill there. Gets it in time because they were in front of their ult. Gets 3. Now it's an even number for them thanks to
enemy
Hank.
remaining.
Walter, another one. And another one bites the dust, looking towards heaven. Are they going to get this kill? Yes, they do. Walter White on the heaven kill with this half, putting it to 7-5. I honestly thought it was going to go into 6-6. Looks like it's going in favor of Breaking Bad right now.
Switching sides.
Absolutely, in favor of Breaking Bad, and we are not switching side, which means Construction Ahead is going to be on the defense. Construction Ahead, who just like Breaking Bad, actually doesn't have such such a defensive team. We might be seeing a little less of aggression because they are running the Jet Reyna combo for opening, not the Neon like Walter White and Breaking Bad here are playing. But honestly, we might still be some aggression. There are some plays to be made, especially Drago here, very important for cutting the vision, and Kimber Traps being able to, take information as well as Sova's arrow. There are things to be done. There definitely are things to be done, but I'm really expecting a lot of melee again because both teams are so aggressive in their composition.
Looks like looks like it's still going to be the ones that I remember mostly. You know, Kimber playing Tree as per usual, and Jet is just gonna try and play reactive to this sound. And door closing immediately tries to peek out, gets a kill, and they do. Hank with another one, a little bit of chip damage here and there, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna try to peek out. However, Zayden is looking towards that kill. Oh, Vendor tries to get another, but he doesn't. Jojo peeking out, gets a kill on the Vendor, Drago killing Zayden, and it's gonna be an even number right now. Not really, putting them in a 3v1, 3v2. Kimber 1 and a 2 and a 3. Headshot onto the head, putting them in 7-6. This is where it starts to happen. The second half, where the first two rounds, it's gonna make a huge difference of how you're going to play it, especially if you're going to buy on the second round if you win it.
Absolutely, but it doesn't look like they are going to buy much. We see two marshals. Outside of that, it's still pistols. So we might be seeing another pistol round, but like a glorified pistol round with two marshals here trying to get some sweet picks early on B, but unfortunately that's not how it's going to happen. So Kimber here, Kimber with the the backside here, repositioning, trying to let the attackers, trying to let the Breaking Bad take the control side. We are going to play retake instead here, and trying to pick here on one of the bit, one of the bit repositions, and actually takes a big hit on Jojo Drago. Drago and Hazer on the flank here, trying to go from B main, while Vander is keeping them busy here from Evan. Unfortunately, from Hell, we have Walter White coming. Vander here on save point, taking Walter White Jr. Hank being revenged immediately by Drago here, and Drago killing Walter White, ending the ending the fight and giving another sweet point to the defenders. It's now a 7-7, it's a tie.
I think leaving flank alone just like that led to their demise there in the end, because in the end they had no choice but to just like be boxed into the site. They had nothing else. They had no info on, like, okay, we have two people pushing up into A main, guys. Nope. And the thing is, Drago and under the bed was pushing in, and then there's like, okay, well, I sorry, I mean, they're in, our Acer gets a kill, and then they're like, okay, well, we got a kill right there and there, right then and there, so we're just gonna back out into it. And now it's just gonna be, okay, well, I'm gonna get this kick onto A main, gonna get another one, tries to get out, but maybe doesn't connect. 3v2 under the bed in mid, gets to connect it, and now Zayden stuck alone in mid. Are they going to peek out? Did they hear that updraft? Oh, the connection, the timing there was just enough to get a kill onto Kimber, but alas, their martial skills just are way too much. Now, they're going to be put 7-8. Oh, looks like it's another timeout.
Another timeout indeed here. So we are in 7-8. We have a huge defensive win streak for the moment from Construction Head. They are really here better on the defense, I would say, than they were on the attack. But Breaking Bad can still adapt. Breaking Bad can still try to change the playstyle that they have to respond to their adversaries.
I think this could either be like someone DCing, or maybe it could be a mental reset to make them uh, to reset the momentum of the other team, because right now I feel like they're feeling themselves, especially since they're on the defending side. and they are rolling in with snowball rounds, and
Going
that
C.
is not something
Going
that
C.
you want.
Going C. Going C.
Looks like we're gonna
Well,
just have
the thing
to.
is, economically, you know, if you lose too many rounds, there's a point where you just enter what you would call the economic trap, where you are absolutely unable to do that much. You know, you can't buy that much. But
No.
then, you know, especially on low
No.
elo, it's so easy to lose rounds when you're up against an econ. Because you know you're not the best at
Let's go.
reading the game, you're not the best the best at aiming. So basically, any rounds, even equal ones, can be the win for you if you take the advantage against your against your opponents. But Aether here,
Right
being
here.
reconned here, Jojo has the information, tells to the teammate just in case they have missed it. But Vendor here, Vendor with a Sova play, the audience of play, trying to get some picks. Unfortunately, doesn't as Walter White and Overs pick together. Hank with a kill here on Drago, but Ace taking the kill on Jojo was trying to close the door, which delays the defense on this retake. They are going to be able to take the plant. Walter White very aggressive here on CT, unfortunately dying because they only had a buggy here. The one under the bed, trying to get here, trying to get informations, trying to go for that sweet angle. You see here that one of the ways broken, the one under the bed here killing Zayden. It's a 2v3 at the moment. They are both in White House. And
One enemy remaining.
the one under the bed here with a very sweet spread transfer. Unfortunately, not connecting onto the head of Walter White Jr. who will ensure the win for the team.
I like that. That was great. Unfortunately, I really thought that they were gonna. I thought that Under the Bed was gonna connect it really like well, because both of them were basically backside. They were lined up. I thought, okay, well, this is over for them. But I don't think Breaking Bad likes the script that we wrote for them. So they're just gonna be like, okay, well, I don't really care. I'm gonna land these two headshots and win anyway, and then even it out. So now we're just gonna look into a 5-man push into A. We're gonna have Under the Bed, peeking out from their smoke because they know, hey, I have dash anyway. Looks like they're gonna successfully get into sight here. Kimber just slowly waiting for it, gets one, and that's good for one. Walter trying to get another one under the bed, kills Hank. Acer with a kill onto Zayden. Walter onto their Jet, peeking out with their ult, but alas, there is nothing you can do against 3 people in a lockway.
So here, the ult, which was a good idea to try and get some sweet time here, trying to buy some time, maybe single the 1v1s. Unfortunately, the 1v1 was not happening as most of the defending team was already on the spot. Walter White Jr. here, trying to get the one under the bed, but unfortunately, the one under the bed was not alone, and so they got killed from a different angle.
Ooh, apparently we're gonna get into a pause here as one of them DC'd. Looks like they've reconnected.
So fortunately, it shouldn't take too long. At least we hope. But I mean, that's to be expected. Okay, so something that I have to say, you know, not that we have to justify anything, but we are a low elo tournament, and usually low elo also means that the setup that our players are on is also usually maybe not low effort, but you know, when you are a pro, you have all that setup that's basically your job. So you buy the best stuff that you have to do your job. When you are just like us, people who are not pro, your internet connection might not be the best because you don't find a cause with your provider. Your PC might not be the best one either. So yeah, it's things that happen honestly, and that can be expected. We just wish that it's not going to take too long.
Oh, did we get a rollback? I think we got a rollback here as we're back on 8-8, moving on to the 17th round as one of them DC'd. I'm not sure if they're back right now. Okay, looks like we're gonna have just 5A going on the side. We're gonna see a little bit of action here. Honestly, I really, even if they are low elo, I still like the fact that like a lot of them have executes. wait for the smoke, wait for my util. It's going to land. Like it's still more connected than other people.
Okay, so we are definitely seeing that Jojo is indeed back. Welcome back here. We should be going into the round very, very soon. Honestly, it's a 8-8 right now. It's really close. I really hope that we're going to see such a close one the whole time. I really wish that's going to happen. That's kind of what you want for a grand final, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Um, I'm not sure if we're starting right now. I don't. They haven't been. But I am very much looking forward to seeing how these guys are gonna play it out.
Okay, so we are seeing a little technical issue still, so we're going to wait a tiny bit. But then, we can talk more about what's happening right now, especially like we have a scoreboard. We do have all carries, the one under the bed here and Hank. There are players who we have already noticed yesterday. Notably, I remember the name. I remember the name of everyone that casted yesterday, obviously, so I remember them. But I remember being stuck, but the one under the bed and Hank. Maybe less so Hank than the one under the bed. I feel like the one under the bed has been carrying all through the tournament. Hank was a bit more discreet yesterday, but I really think the Omen might be the good choice for them and for the playstyle here.
I think they had some really nice shots today. They've been connecting a lot, especially since that ace from earlier. That was really impressive. It's like we're just gonna get another 5-1 under the bed, peeking out, getting a kill on first blood onto JoJo, and now we're gonna have the rest of them try to push themselves through sight. Looks like that smoke isn't really going to work. However, it is going to block hell out of sight, and Acer, not really sure if they spotted. If that Omen spotted them out, they're gonna teleport to B, and not really expecting anything, but Acer with a little off-angle spot there gets 2 of them, and another one, JoJo, tries to get another one, but no, their Omen is stuck over there. Question mark for them?
Well, the Omen has been TPing from B, which I think was a fake reposition that unfortunately failed. You know, sometimes you don't have the right timing, you think you're going to cancel it and it just doesn't happen. As a Omen player myself, that's what I recognize here, so that's what I expect is has happened. Now, that's a 1v5, so I'm not sure if Ang should try it, but then they are on a low buy, so maybe that would be the moment to at least get a few weapons
30
done.
seconds left.
Doesn't look like it, though. It looks like they are actually going to save a weapon, which might be the good choice here, because with such a big score on defense, the construction, construction ahead is going to have. Ooh. Okay, so construction ahead is going
10
to have a big
seconds
economic advantage, but then actually taking the kill here, taking the kill on Vendor, being able
really
to
like this.
save a Vandal instead of a Spectre, that's actually huge. But they might be noticed here by the one on the bed trying to get the kill there. The one on the bed not putting themselves into much danger, trying to get the kill. Unfortunately, the round ends before either of them can take the kill instead.
I think right now, yep, I think it's gonna get rolled back once more because of a bug that happened, and we're gonna have to see again. I'm at this point, I'm not really sure where it's gonna go.
My ultimate is ready. My ultimate is ready.
But right now, we're just gonna have another round again on round 17. Once more.
I think here the problem is not so much the connection as the game, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think it's the connection. I think it's just Valorant being Valorant. Valorant being a little cookie crazy in the head. Cookie crazy.
Well, of course, you know, that's actually kind of, even if, you know, rollbacks are very annoying, that's also an opportunity here to see with the same eco twice, 3 times actually here, what are the teams going to do? Or are they going to learn from their mistake here, same weapons but different plan, or are they going to adapt to what just happened and got cancelled, you know?
At this point, I feel like they're just going to run whatever it is that they feel at that point, because when something gets rolled back multiple times, you start to forget like what the past rounds like were. Like, hey, what were they doing again? Because at this point, I mean, not only that is it's low elo. I'm pretty sure there's not much, and this isn't meant to sound like offensive or anything. It's just it's harder. It's definitely harder to coordinate, especially when executes are done in a way of five men pushing everything. It's gonna be hard. So it's either you have to counter the aggression with more aggression for that five-man push, or you're gonna have to integrate more flanks, which the defender side is doing. But right now we're just looking for a way for them to come back without having to uh, restart.
Well, because here the problem is not the fact that they disconnected. The problem here is Valorant not allowing one of the players to buy at all, even though they have the money, which is a bug that I've never seen in my life.
Not really sure what's happening. This is Valorant is just not doing good right now.
Well, it's always when you held the tournament that there are, bugs like that. You don't
Yeah.
see that in normal games, and suddenly tournament, that's the time that it's going to happen. The bugs love to show up, they want to make the big entrance and make sure that everyone notices them.
Looks like we're just gonna have to see. We transfer the money. I see. I see. Um. Hmm. Technical difficulties once more in the IVQCS community. Who would have thought? It's okay.
No, it's something, honestly, it's something that happens all the time. Any tournament, be it a tiny one or a big one, there are always technical issues. There are always times where you have to wait for a player, times when you have to wait for a team sometimes. Like, I cast outside of IVQCS, and it's not the first time that I had to wait and say things, take a deep pause, beat, tag, or something else. It happens all the time.
It really does happen all the time, and I mean it's something that's just inescapable at this point. But it would be a miracle to go through something without, with no kinks and or anything in the mix, and it's just going to be as smooth as peanut butter.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, if they can be fixed fast, it's fine. But it might be easier, to fix fast when you are, endorsed by Riot and they are watching, which they are not here, obviously, which is a tiny one. But that's the thing with the tiny tournaments. There's plenty of them, but they have to deal with the technical issues that go with the game, and that they can't do anything about it because obviously there are no Riot officials around. So we're just going to try to find our own fix or own turnarounds and then see if it works.
Hmm. Right now, we're just gonna have pizza cam here while we are.
I just ate, so that doesn't make me angry. That pizza looks good though in any other day.
Right now, I just have my uh, casting snacks, which is a coffee and a bread. Um,
Well, you're talking about coffee and bread to a French person, so nothing I can say that's bad about it.
oh no. Looks like match timer is going to be turned off here, and now they're gonna hopefully get into the game again once more without much delay. It can be. I feel like this can be anyone's game right now, as it's evenly matched up. but we will have to see. I mean, it is the next half now. Has it been 4 rounds since the last half? Yeah, I think it has been 4 rounds since the last half.
So, you know, while we're here waiting. Oh wait, we're not waiting anymore. Never mind. You know, it's Caster's curse. You say something and then it immediately cancels it out. But honestly, if that means the game is starting again, that's a good Caster's curse.
I mean, it's something's
I'm gonna
happening
take
right
it.
now, yeah. As long as the game goes smoothly. Even Vendor tries to get another peek here, and then no, they're gonna go aggro. They're gonna get a third. They're gonna get a third. Are they gonna try to go out? Unfortunately for them, the reign of 3 terror is gonna be ended by Walter White Jr. and then getting another one onto Drago. So they're gonna do that res onto their father, but no, Acer comes in with the clutch. Not really, with Walter White pushing on the side. This can be an ace for them. Do they know that they're getting pushed right now by Jet? No, they're just gonna wall them off. I don't care about you or whatever it is that you care about. Oh, Walter White gets the ace on under the bed, updrafts over the Sage wall, leading to their demise. What a round of events with Vendor getting a 3K right off the bat, getting ended by Walter White Jr. and then Drago trying to avenge Vendor there. Doesn't really get anything. I mean, actually gets someone, but then gets traded out immediately. Acer immediately going for that flank and immediately getting ended right off the bat by the same Walter White Jr. Gets a kill onto the Kimber, backs out with an updrafting Jet, and then ends it with a 5K. Looks like Bender's gonna do the same thing, but Walter is quick to finish that life. Tries to pick that up right there, and they're gonna be aggro right now. Tries to run behind the smoke. Walter White a kill onto Drago. They're just gonna run it down. Another one onto Acer. They're just on it. They're just on the mission to kill, and they do not care. Right now they are in ult. Gets a 4K. Are we going to have 2 aces in a row, or is this going to be the end? No, it's not. Kimber ending the ace for Walter White here, but it is just going to be 1 casualty on the Breaking Bad team with their kill on Kimber, putting them in a 2-point lead.
Absolutely, a very, very good work here from Walter White, who, when you play Neon especially, you're so easily killed sometimes, and we've seen them not underperform because they've been getting kills. We can see that they have 12, but unfortunately dying early as the purge, which you can expect from any duelist, and especially Neon. But there, Walter White said, well, that's enough of that, I'm just taking all the kills, and cleared the space for the team to allow them to do much. Here, Acer on to the flank, trying to get some good big here, trying to see if they are coming, trying to kill people, but Walter White, who might have noticed that Reyna hiding, taking the kill, and immediately getting caught in a very mean headshot from Vander. Vander tries to take one again, but gets blinded. Oh, Jojo here trying to go for that CT, but being killed from behind as Drago was inside. Vander here being killed by Walter White Jr.
Enemy remaining.
Then the
Spike
one United was
down
such
B.
a big work here from from
My
Margaret
ultimate is ready.
being traded off immediately. That's a 1v2, but then Kimber is so low, so it's basically a 1v2 but 1.5. I'm very bad at math.
1.5 V2, yeah.
I am very bad at math.
Cover going out.
Trying here to go for that amazing ult that we've seen before in the IVQCS, immediately
Cover going
cancelling. Unfortunately not on point, so they won't be able
30 seconds left.
to plant immediately, which might be a problem here for them, as Kimber is already here, already coming for them. A reposition here
planted.
from Drago, making it a sandwich.
But they get a kill.
Exactly, Kimber actually dying, they were low, but making Hank low, and so allowing Drago to take the best out of their Philo Omen.
Mal, I was actually very surprised that they decided to smoke Heaven first, then ult to try and get it, and then get into site. Most players usually get into site first, ult to get the spike, but maybe I think they were trying to be cautious there, as they could have like suspected that, hey, I think they're doing this sort of tactic or sort of maneuver to get into A. So they played it really safe there, and I commend them for that.
Well, Hank did that yesterday, so they were kind of right to think maybe they expected because
Yeah.
maybe they watched the VOD or maybe they watched it live, you know. But I think that's what might have set them bad here because they were planting and they didn't have time to reposition for the defense before Kimber and then Drago with their own ult were on there. So honestly, it was well thought.
Ooh.
That's what led them. A very mean kill here on mid from Drago towards Jojo Bender here, trying to maybe take a pick, take some damage with the classic. Drago taking a kill, being killed instantly by Hank from top mid, but it's only 2 players on the side of Breaking Bad. Walt Wejino here trying to heaven out the odds, evening out the odds here with a kill on the one end of the bed. We are down to 2 players. The Sova ult being used here to try and cancel
Spike planted.
and cancel the plans. Not happening, unfortunately, as we take absolutely no
One
damage.
enemy
We'll take any
remaining.
information, but Acer here, Acer with a very good shot here. Unfortunately, trying to reposition here to get the kill on Hank. Hank trying to pick Acer, but unfortunately, Acer had already
the
started to hide. And Acer here, very gentlemanly, going for the ult points onto the teammates as they already have their own.
It really can just be anyone's game, as they are just gaining and garnering points one after the other. I gain 2, they gain 2, and then they gain 3, and then the other one gains 3 again. It's just, I really have no idea what. There is no definitive outcome when you're watching a pro scene, or in the pro scene when you're watching a match. There are times where you can just tell that, okay, this is definitely the end for this team. This is not going to go well. But this, I cannot tell right now. I don't know what's gonna happen. The one under the bed could maybe just stop like fragging. They could just not do anything here. It looks like Bender's gonna fall under a trap here, and Walter just gets a free pick right off the bat. That's gonna alert them to go to B, because hey, they could push off after my death, and then we're gonna get stuck without anyone B. But looks like they're just gonna play it safe, waiting for people to try and peek. A little flash out there from Omen. Walter White Jr. I don't no idea they maybe they DC'd right there, and I'm not very sure. Hank trying to get a peek onto Drago, immediately just tries to run into mid, but doesn't really get anything except some chip damage onto the opposing Omen. We're just gonna try push into this. Do they have information on opposing members of the other team, or are they just going to be entering this side without any sort of information? So they're gonna try and drone that under the bed, immediately smoking themselves out on the tree. Now they have information that someone is there. Acer peeks out, a little off shot left and right. Another one for the count. Are they going to get a peek? No. Hank with another kill up under the bed with a little special off angle there. Are they gonna get the kill? Yes, they are. But now Hank is stuck in a 1v2 situation. Immediately teleports out into A, and now they're gonna get the plan. This is still very possible, as they have 2 teleports, and oh, this is a really interesting side. This is such a gamble. Playing under hell with a smoke like that either puts you in a very advantageous situation depending on how you're going to react. However, it is going to be Hank Schrader's game with their ball management inside that smoke.
Totally here. They knew that Drago was low, so they took the bet. Kimber here not much else but to go in and get instantly the headshot on Hank, ending here the hopes of the Breaking Bad team and going for the lead for construction ahead.
Yeah, construction ahead's gonna take that one, and I think, oh, I think that's fine. That's I honestly thought that maybe Hank was gonna win that, but I think a little too high in the hopes there. But they are doing extremely well on both sides.
Well, the thing is,
commendable.
yes, but the thing is with such a position here that Hank had, that was giving Kimber not only the pick advantage, but also the pre-fire advantage, which they did actually, because Kimber knows more or less where Hank was. But Hank had no idea where Kimber was coming from. So that allowed Kimber to pre-fire into the direction that we do and get that mean headshot straight away. We see here, oh, Drago going in, trying to get information, unfortunately, possibly not counting on the timer enough and being a bit too confident about how much time they had appearing there. But the one in United here, taking Hank, avenging their co-workers,
Spike down
their
A.
teammates. Acer here,
Ooh.
with a very good kill on Zidane. And one of the good, oh, the good cleaning, and then Vandra here with the flank taking out the two left, the two
Match
players
point.
left. That's the match point in favor of construction ahead.
Again, augmenting another flank. I really like that about them. And Fender, a little messy there on the kill, but nonetheless still getting both, and that's what matters. The win is still there, and that's gonna put them in a 10-12 with a 2-point lead on construction ahead. This could be it for them. Are they going to win this 1-0 and bring it to map 2, or are they going to not win this at all? This is still very possible. It looks like they're gonna get a lot of chip damage in there. Bender with a lot of peeks out. Looks like they're gonna have someone else peeking in. Ooh, with Acer already so far out into mid, gets that peek. They're gonna have that really aggro defense, and I think this might be the win. However, Hank is still here. No, Bender gets the kill to Hank with only one casualty, putting them into 10-13, bringing us to map 2, construction ahead, winning it. Oh my goodness. Wow.
What a game! What a close game, honestly. That could have gone really any way. That
They really snowballed there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen such amazing work here from every player. Like even the ones who we are seeing here are on at the bottom of the list. You see, well, they have a lot of assists, each one of them, which means that they are doing an incredible job as member of a team. You know.
This is what has happened. Hank Schrader with the 382 ACS and the one under the bed competing with a 353. Wow, these numbers. What do you think about that game, honestly? I mean, I really thought that it was going to be it really was either one's games. I think the last 3 rounds, however, was a snowball for them, especially with that aggro onto mid from the defensive side, and that I feel like that was the biggest what's the word, factor that led to their win.
Absolutely. I think when you have the enemy team, it's such a close sandwich. You know, they can go only two ways. You just expect them where they're going to come because you're blocking one of the entrances. But that really sets you up for victory. And honestly, I really love what I've been seeing. You know, there's been a lot of good plays. We've seen an ace here. We've seen almost aces from all the players. They are really, really good. And we hadn't seen Zidane, for example, play since they are, subbing in today for one of the other Breaking Bad that wasn't available, unfortunately.